Why are there hamburgers in your underwear?
Are you serious? How could there be... Oh my God!
Look again, and you might be surprised at all the smoke and mirrors and sleight of hand you find taking place in the food industry all around you. But have no fear, as we reveal the 10 sneakiest food business tactics you never noticed scamming you. The McDonald's Fry Carton Pinch.
That's it! No more fries!
McDonald's French fries are generally regarded as the gold standard of fast food fries, so there is no doubt that when you order a helping of fries from the Golden Arches, you want that carton filled with as many fries as can be squeezed in there. And when you get your order, it usually looks like that is the case. But as we all know, looks can be deceiving. And we aren't just talking about that bump-up arch at the bottom of the fry carton. However, former employees of the chain have made claims that when they worked for McDonald's, they were encouraged to pinch the fry carton when they were filling it so as to create a slightly smaller space to fill.
And then you pinch, pinch, pinch.
The carton would look completely full, but would contain fewer fries. Although multiple former employees have made these claims, McDonald's, for their part, have said that they believe these claims to be fictional. There are no secret tricks, and they have strict operational procedures in place to ensure that fry portions are not underfilled. Regardless, it's probably a good idea to just give your fries a quick check before you dig in, just to be sure you are getting all the French fries you paid for. Milk in the back.
Where's the milk? We're out. No milk? No. Walk with me. I want you to get some milk. Where? At the store. Now? Right now.
Have you ever noticed that the milk is always at the back of the grocery store? Now, ask the manager of the store why that is, and they may say something about how that is because the back of the store is where the delivery trucks arrive, and having the fridges close by makes the most sense. But the real reason, and probably the bigger reason, is because milk, along with eggs and a few other items, are staples of most homes, and are on most customers' shopping lists when they enter the store.
I got the milk, eggs, and fabric softener.
However, if you have to walk all the way through the store to get to the milk, eggs, and butter, that means you will be passing by lots of other products on your way there and back to the cash, making it more likely that you will pick up a few more items, whether they were on your list or not.
Are these Kotex Maxi Pads on special?
Never mind, Derek. Sorry, forget it.
So the more time people spend in the store, the more money they are likely to spend. Bigger shopping carts.
Shopping carts are not dangerous, Mom. There's nothing dangerous about a shopping cart!
If you only have a couple items on your shopping list, then grab a basket, or even better, just carry the items in your hands from the shelves to the checkout. Just don't use a shopping cart. The basic premise behind this one is that if you have room for more items, you are more likely to buy more items. But if you already have your hands full with a couple items, then impulse buying that mega box of Fruit Loops, the frozen pizza that's on sale, and that 6-pack of Mountain Dew that you really don't need will be much harder to do.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
It will become a crazy balancing act just trying to get to the checkout line without dropping everything. Since the 1970s, cars have gotten smaller, but the shopping carts have gotten bigger, about 3 times as big, in fact. And while most grocery stores offer 2 sizes of carts, you have probably also noticed that there are way fewer small ones available, forcing more people to grab a big one. Container sizes.
How is this a child-sized soda? Well, it's roughly the size of a 2-year-old child.
It may seem simple enough. Different size containers cost different prices because you are getting more or less content in each one. Well, not so fast. The truth is that while the cups and/or bowls might all look like different sizes, the amount of soup, drink, etc. you are getting in each one can often be exactly the same.
Exactly the same!
These misleading descriptions can happen anywhere, and one quick look online finds consumers complaining about the practice everywhere, from local eateries to the big restaurant chains. One poster on Reddit claimed that at one unnamed chain, people would pay more for soup in a bowl than a cup, but basically ended up with the same amount of soup in the end.
No more soup for you.
The bowl was just shorter and wider at the bottom than the cup. Well, at this point, point, there might not even be much we can do, given that it actually isn't illegal to sell the same amount of product in different size containers at different prices. It sure is sneaky, though, and for now, at least, it is on all of us as consumers to be aware of the practice and be on the lookout for deception. That's not what you ordered.
This isn't what I ordered? Man, can't anything go right in my life?
This one seems like a no-brainer. If you order one thing and get something different, you are going to know. While yes, it's true if you order a Whopper and get a chicken sandwich, you will be able to tell and won't be very happy about it, and rightly so, because Whoppers are delicious. And if you order a Frosty and get a salad, that too is not something that will go unnoticed.
There's been a mistake. You've accidentally given me the food that my food eats.
But what if it's not as easy to tell the difference? Well, there have been reports from employees at some of the big chains of some more subtle switches, like regular coffee just being watered down and passed off as decaf.
Excuse me. That better be decaf.
And if regular mayonnaise is cheaper than fat-free mayo, there is a chance that you will be getting the full-fat version on your sandwich, even if you asked for the low-fat one. While some people may be able to tell the difference, these are examples of switches that could go unnoticed by the average customer, until they are wired on caffeine wondering what happened. Photos can be deceiving.
Am I getting catfished here, or?
Food photography is a big business, and the professionals who do it are experts at making whatever gets in front of their camera look so good that you feel you need it in your belly. But there isn't one restaurant customer who hasn't had the experience of seeing a photograph of what they ordered and then looked at what they actually got, only to be a little dismayed by the difference.
You look nothing like your profile picture.
In a Consumer Reports investigation, they checked out 7 fast food chains and did photo to actual food comparisons, and the results were pretty much disappointing across the board.
Reality is very disappointing.
With Subway actually coming in last. Regardless, this practice of not delivering on what the pictures promise is not going to change anytime soon. A spokesperson for the Federal Trade Commission said that truth in advertising laws do apply when restaurants show menu items in print and television ads, but the FTC hasn't pursued any cases alleging that food ads are deceptive based on photos. Distribute the sugars.
Ooh, sugar-free donuts.
No, that is sugar with free donuts.
Knowing how bad sugar is for us, many consumers do the top 3 test, meaning they check to see if sugar is one of the first 3 ingredients. However, what many food companies have been known to do is distribute the sugars among multiple ingredients so that sugar itself doesn't show up as one of those first 3 items on the ingredient list. Sucrose, high fructose corn syrup solids, brown sugar, and dextrose are just some of the ingredients food manufacturers can use to make sure their product tastes just as sweet as they want it to.
They're terrible for you.
No, they're not. There's a picture of Lance Armstrong on there.
But by using multiple sugar ingredients in smaller proportions, none of them make that dreaded top 3. That is why you should, along with the ingredients list, always check the nutritional information. Because while the sugars may be spread out in the ingredient list, they can't spread them out in the nutritional facts on the line called sugar. Fast food menus.
What's the craziest thing on the menu?
One of the most obvious things to point out about those big, bright fast food menus is the size of the pictures. The hamburgers, french fries, salads, and shakes all look so bright and mouth-wateringly delicious, and the photographs of them are the largest things on the menu. Sure, there is some text, but it is smaller. And there are even prices, but that font is generally even smaller still. They want you to focus on the food, not the price. This also makes it harder to read from far away. And once you get up to the counter and can read all the details, there is that pressure of it being your turn to order.
Not ready for this, man.
They will even place the most expensive menu items on the left-hand side, which is where you start reading so you see them first. And let's talk about those prices. Everyone is familiar with the 99 trick, making a price $9.99 so that that we will still think of it as $9, even though it is, for all intents and purposes, $10? Well, fast food restaurants know we know, so many of them have gone to $9.79 and $9.89 pricing, which does the same thing, but better. Aisle and shelf placement.
Clean up on aisle 5.
It might not look like it to the average eye, but everything in your grocery store has been designed to make you spend more money. From the color scheme to where in an aisle the product is placed. You see, while women tend to browse grocery stores, men are more likely to do what has been called the boomerang effect. Unlike a man with a television remote who feels the need to click up and down through every channel, barely stopping to see what is playing on any given one, a man in a grocery store will often walk in, go get what he came for, and walk back the exact same way to the checkout.
Is this gonna take long? Relax, you big baby. We'll be in and out.
To somewhat counteract this boomerang effect, grocery stores tend to place the biggest brands and products in the middle of aisles. That way, no matter what direction a shopper enters the aisle, they have the furthest to walk to get to said products. Where an item is placed on the shelf is also done very much on purpose. Stores will generally place the more expensive and higher profit margin items right at eye level, so those are the ones you see first and most often, putting the less profitable stuff at your feet or on the top shelf, where you are less likely to look all the time. So the next time you are in a grocery store, remember to look up and look down. There might be some money to be saved there. Label padding.
Crackle bars, also healthy and delicious.
No, they're not.
They actually have rice in them.
Padding is usually used to protect people from injury, but when food manufacturers partake in the sneaky business of label padding, they are definitely not taking the consumer's safety into account. With the growth of the healthy eating craze, the companies making not-so-healthy foods have been feeling left out.
He doesn't need us anymore now that he's got his cool new friends.
As fewer people are purchasing their products. Well, what is a food company to do? Well, they could just make healthier products, or they could label pad their less than healthy products with a bunch of healthy ingredients in such small amounts that their health benefits are basically insignificant.
My body is starting to digest itself. Terry needs nutrients.
So don't be fooled by all the berries, herbs, and superfood claims that some of these manufacturers make about their products, and make sure you actually see where in the list of ingredients they are. Ingredients are listed in order of their proportions, from greatest to least. So kale or the like as the last ingredient on the list is pretty much like not having it in there at all as far as the nutritional benefits are concerned. If it looks like junk food and smells like junk food and tastes like junk food, it's probably junk food. Stay right there and tap that screen for another great video. Show us some love and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell.